We got some savory sushi today, the San Jose Sharks. Thank you everyone who's been watching up to this point. We've got only 2 more videos left after this one. And after the draft is done, we'll see how well we did in these draft predictions. So go check them all out. They're entertaining. I'm sure you'll all love them. And after the draft, I'm going to be doing scouting reports on each team and the players they drafted rounds 1 through 7. And I know I said I was only going to do the most requested teams for this one, but I kind of figured I'd just round it out. But for that one, it's going to take a lot of in-depth analysis, so I'm going to be doing the most requested one. So comment your team now to get a reserve spot. But without further ado, let's get on to the San Jose Sharks. I know that I say this about a lot of teams, but come on now. Look at these threads. How can you not love them? Now let's take a look at their future so that way we can have a good idea of what we're looking for this draft. Now the 2 players that I think that they should select are already put into this mock draft, but one of those picks I think is very up in the air. And it may or may not become a shock to you that the 4th overall pick is the one I believe that is going to be a bit of an interesting decision on their part. This is because I believe that the top 3 is pretty solidified with Bedard, Fantilli, and Carlson. Now after that, I think it will either go Smith, Leonard, or Matvei Michkov. See, talent-wise, upside-wise, I'm taking Matvei Michkov, then I'm taking Smith, and then I'm taking Leonard. But if you want a guy who's NHL ready, I'm taking Leonard, Smith, and then Michkov. If you want a player who may need a little bit more time but has superstar potential, I'm going to take Smith, Matvei Michkov, and then Leonard. Most draft boards have it going Michkov, then Smith. But with all the things that are going on with the Russia situation, plus his needing a lot of time to develop, Michkov has become a lot less appealing to many scouts. So the safe superstar pick is going to be Will Smith. Then the next safe pick being Ryan Leonard because of his physicality game and his ability to fit in with any kind of play style due to his skill set and his tenacity. But I think Leonard should fall behind both of these guys. It's tight. It's a matter of just a hairline fracture of a difference between them, but I think that Leonard should be behind the 2 of them. Now, I will say that all of these guys, if they are drafted into the right systems and developed properly, all have an opportunity to be better than the other 2. Alright, I just changed rooms and hopefully it's going to sound a lot better. Let's jump back into their situation for the future. Based off of their prospect pool for the future, Bordeleau is currently the best center in the pool. And with all love and respect to Bordeleau, they definitely do need a better 1C for the future. So they should be taking a center. I would take Will Smith over Ryan Leonard because of the situation the Sharks are in right now. Leonard is a fantastic player on his own, but he would be maximizing his potential if they had players to put around him, much like the U.S. National Development Team did with him, Smith, and Perreault. Unfortunately, there aren't enough pieces in San Jose currently to do that for him, while Smith, on the other hand, makes players around him dangerous. Smith's biggest issue to scouts has been this. He shows a lack of effort shift to shift or game to game. When he's on, he's the best player on the ice no matter who's out there. But when he's not feeling it, he can be a detriment to the team by taking up top line minutes as well as having a bad plus minus. But I believe that in the NHL, he's going to be much more motivated, and he is the type of player to make players around him better. So even if you don't have the best pieces around him quite yet, he can still make it work. Matvei Michkov is an unbelievable winger. His scoring touch is better than anybody in this draft right now besides Connor Bedard. And that is high praise. This kid's scoring touch is ridiculous. If they want to take him, that's not a bad pick either. But in my opinion, I believe that all around situation-wise, they should be taking Smith. There is a chance that Michkov could be even dropping out of the top 5. I don't know if I agree with that. That's not my place to say. But if he does, some team that can develop him properly and give him the time he needs is going to be so happy and rewarded. So my pick for them is going to be Will Smith. Matvei Michkov would also be a great option. Don't be surprised if that happens. And Ryan Leonard is a dark horse in this race for this team as well as Montreal. But quickly, let's take a look at their second first-round pick. In my opinion, that one is pretty solidified. With their defensive prospect pool being very dry, they could be looking to snag 2 great defensive prospects in this draft. First one at their 26th overall pick, and the next one as their first second-round pick. First, with their 26th overall pick, I believe they should be taking Tom Willander, 6'1", 179-pound defenseman, playing for Rojal BK in the J20. This kid is what we would consider a beauty in the hockey world. He's a shutdown defenseman with great creativity and puck-moving ability. With 4 goals, 21 assists for 25 points in 39 games. This kid's offensive upside looks great as well. And hey, as a Swedish player, I believe putting him under the best Swedish defenseman debatably ever will do the kid some good. He's got a heavy shot from the point and knows how to get it through traffic low for deflections. He has also shifty edges at the point that can change angles at an instant. He's one of the most slept on defensive players in this draft. With such a deep draft, it's understandable, but hey, some team's going to get a steal with this kid, and I think it should be San Jose. And with the 36th overall pick, I think they should take his teammate, Theo Lindstein, fellow Swedish defenseman. Solid puck-moving defenseman, more of a shutdown guy. Has a heavy shot from the point, but is more defense-oriented. A little bit of a wonky skater at this stage of his game, but has all the tools to be a top-line shutdown defenseman. If they can grab both of these guys and Will Smith in the same draft, they have their center for the future locked down as well as their top line of defense for the future. Not to mention studying under their idol for the first few years of their development. It's a beautiful situation right there. But we'll see. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment the next team you want to see.